Hey everybody, before today's episode, I wanted to promote our Patreon. If you didn't know, we have a Patreon. The Patreon helps supports the Couch Corp podcast. Sign up and join today and you'll be given special perks. Perks like Discord roles, as well as mini episodes throughout the week. You'll also get exclusive content like bloopers, highlight reels, and much more. And if you get the top tier, you get a free drawing by us in our own art style. And for any tier, you get a shout out on every episode that we produce. So do go and join our Patreon today if you can. It really helps supports the podcast. Now let's get right into the episode. Hey everybody, welcome to another Couch Corp podcast. This is episode 10. So we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, reboots. And why? Yeah, why? I mean, some people had different opinions about it, and I get it. But yeah, we're just going to talk about reboots. From TVs to movies to
games. There's a lot of game reboots.
Yeah, comics, books, you never know. So
Yeah,
we'll talk about that. And yeah, so for now, how is everybody doing? Chat, how are y'all doing? Tori, how you doing? How's your week going?
Oh, you don't know. You do not want to know the answer to that one. But right now I'm alright.
That's good.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a week, but hey, it's Saturday.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's just been a crazy work week. I wish I didn't have to not talk about some of the stuff that I have to do, and it's not anything bad. It's just it's all hush hush because it's music industry shit. So it's like I can't talk about a lot of the stuff.
You're under contract.
Well, yeah. Isn't
that what it's called?
NDA.
Like when you're under contract when you can't talk about stuff.
Yeah, when you sign an NDA. I didn't.
Bruh, I can't even imagine someone coming up to me like, yo, you want to work on this project, but you have to be hush about it, and I'll be like, I've never been put in that situation, so just imagining that's wild.
Yeah, well, I was talking to a bunch of people, a bunch of other artists, and they're like, oh yeah, we signed it, but sometimes we just don't
they just don't listen.
Well, no, they listen, but it's they kind of ask for, it's kind of that idea of ask for forgiveness and don't ask for permission.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just tricky because especially depending on who you're working with.
Yeah.
It's better to not people say risk it for the biscuit, but maybe not with that, just because of legality and depending on, it's always who you tell.
Yeah. Well, so it's more. It's not like they're going around going, hey, I'm doing this with it. When they're doing a project.
Absolutely not.
It's more
sometimes it's they're just working on it and be like, hey, I'm working on this type of thing.
Yeah.
And it might just, it's indirectly mentioning it.
Yeah, and that's you. It's either that or it's that after the fact, they can't really talk about it, but they'll talk about it.
Yeah, there's a
anyways.
duration.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple month duration. Yeah, even though you're done with the work and you still can't talk about. Yeah, no, I've heard about that.
Yeah, that sucks. I had to do that for a bunch of projects. I wasn't allowed to upload.
Yeah, you can't upload it. You can't do anything until they officially do their part, and then they're like, okay, then you can.
Yeah, with there was I'm not gonna say who, but I'll say it was an esports team. They were doing a collab with
esports.
Yeah, they were doing a collab with a very big clothing company, or I should say shoe company.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and this was a while back, and
are you still under hush about it?
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, because you mentioned esports, and I was like, I haven't heard you talk about anything with esports, and that's probably why.
There was two different ones. They were both collabing with two different companies, and so
that's so funny.
Yeah, and so but one of them, but the first one that I was doing stuff with, it was very, very hush hush, very hush hush, and I was like,
sometimes they go a little overboard. Some companies, you can tell they've done this 1,000 times, and they're like, all right, just
yeah,
just don't do the obvious crap, whatever. And then there's other companies that I think that they're not they might have done it before, but they're not completely confident in it, so they just really are don't do anything.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, I will say that this esports team was like very, very professional at what they did. But I think they took it very.
They just took it very seriously.
They took it very seriously, and so I was
no,
like, okay.
yeah, and I wasn't saying like they weren't professional. It's just like sometimes I know like if they're new to it, it's the more like I don't want to take any chances of something being leaked.
It makes sense
type
though.
of mentality.
I get it. Like you don't want your stuff just out there in the open, especially if you're trying to keep it like low key and then have a big release. Like I get it. So, but the one that I'm working on, I can't say anything now, but
besides
soon,
like I am working on a thing. This could mean I'm drawing right now. It could mean I'm doing literally anything. I could be taking a walk.
I can't say. I mean, I didn't sign. Here's the thing about it. I didn't sign anything, but they told me don't say anything, and I was like, okay, and I'm gonna respect that. Like,
no, yeah.
So, but it's. I have a feeling it might be big, maybe when this thing comes out, but we'll see. So, I hope
that's
it
always
does.
exciting.
So. I'm working on myself and also nothing else, not sus anything.
Nothing's yeah.
Don't vent about it in your notes app. Oh.
Oh yeah, because that's one of the things like it gets sent to the cloud and anything on a cloud.
I used to do that before everything was on. I don't even think there's.
I mean, you can. Well, here's the thing though, because I do this personally with my friends. I know like it can be done. Is like as soon as the whole iCloud thing came out, especially because like I am still on like the same account as like my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I just shut like I upload like my backup and like one other thing to the cloud, and that's literally it. I have everything else shut off, so literally nothing else is on the cloud. Like yeah, my notes are on my backup, but like she doesn't have access to my backup. So like technically by that, and I also put a password on my notes. So like which you can do on Apple. So like well, I put a password on like one of the notes in my notes app, which has like all my passwords and shit. So like in case anyone got my phone, like and even try to get that far, like they couldn't get that far.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes anytime I ever vent, I just like I don't know. I'll talk to somebody about it, but I'll talk to somebody that, won't go spewing off my bullshit to everybody else,
Yeah.
So,
it's always good to find a good support system.
Yeah. Password the password, Pock.
Yep.
Double security.
You gotta in this day and age sometimes. God.
2-password authentication.
Yeah, I'm on a Discord server that like for whatever reason they put the setting on that like anyone with like a certain role has to have the like maxed out like authenticator on Discord. So like I had to set it up, and it's such a pain because if I do literally anything, it requires a code, which the code changes every single time you use it. So I have to keep noting the brand new code every single time because which from one standpoint, yeah, it's super secure, but it's like, and that is like possible. It's for a random game I have on my phone, and like in it, like you can join like guilds basically, and like that guild has like a Discord server. It's for that. I'm like, okay, if this was like an actual like server that like I was like for example, like if it was like if I was a well-known Twitch streamer or whatever, like and it had a lot of people and there was more risk of being hacked or something, then yes, I would probably have that set up. But like the fact that I have it set up for like a Discord with like 30 people playing a game about dragons, like what?
Yeah.
Come on. Just a little much.
Man. Yeah, it's just been a busy week though. It's been something. It's been fun. Yeah. I still gotta do that today. I was gonna try to start planning for this trip stuff. So and getting,
yeah.
not planning, but getting everything.
The setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because you got to get it before April. So, but
No, fair. Which is, God, like that's another thing. The fact that it's the end of March already.
What's crazy is that
time.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just like it. I swear it was like yesterday when we were like hanging out and like doing stuff, and now we're like it's
like in person.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
hanging out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, okay, now
It's been over a year since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been weird.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's so odd. Okay.
Yeah, that is a bizarre. Yeah, like it's been over a year since I've actually like interacted with someone like in person that wasn't like my immediate family, my girlfriend, and like one other person.
Yeah.
A whole year, and I'm like, that's bizarre.
Yeah. Luckily, this trip will change that, and we can just chill for a little bit. We all kind of need it, like. But
that part is like I'm like stressing over summer now. Like,
that's the thing. You don't need to be stressing over summer. There's no need for that.
No, but I do. I have so much stuff I need to do in the summer.
No, you don't need to. Don't say that.
Well, because some of it's like I'm gonna probably stress at the beginning, and then like I think once it's set up, it's gonna be fine. Like I know I personally want to just sit down and have my like personal Twitch account just like actually set up so I could just so like I'm not gonna start it with a schedule.
Yeah.
It would just be like when I want to, I'll hop on, do a stream. Why not? So like, for those that follow me on Instagram, you might have seen like I was posting stories a little while back about like all these interest questions about like, hey, would you actually watch it? And I was actually happy that like people were honest, because like the people that are like no actually said no, because like that helps, because like I'm not hurt by that. If anything, that helps me a lot more than generally the people that just see my story and just keep going, because then it's like, okay, that's probably a no, but they didn't want to hurt my feelings, you know. So like when people actually answer like I actually am not interested, I'm like, thank you, you're a G. But I digress. I was like, I had some things on there. I'm like, hey, content stuff, and so now that I have like those general answers, I actually want to start like setting up ways to do it. So like in the summer, once I want to just be like, hey, I want to do this tonight, it's already set up, and I don't have to like do all the channel set up. You know, I'm not gonna have any fancy overlays or any of that, but just like, you know, basic.
What do you mean?
Stuff.
Get some fancy overlays.
Well,
come on.
I will eventually, but I'm not gonna do it for like the first. you know,
no, you gotta go all out. Just fuck it.
On it. Okay, in the nicest way possible. There was someone that hit #1 Twitch that literally their entire brand is that they don't do that, and they are like super successful on the site.
Okay, I mean, it depends on what you want your brand to be, though.
No. But it wasn't even like in that. Okay, how do I explain this? It wasn't at first meant to be like, oh, I'm doing this as a brand, but like it turned into it, because people like a lot of like really successful Twitch streamers would like talk to this person and be like, dude, you should get like an actual logo and actual stuff, and he's just like
nah.
You know, he's like, I could, but like honestly, the fact like, because there was a point that he actually was #1 on Twitch, and his logo is literally just Comic Sans on a color, and like that's literally like his shit. He just made it in MS Paint.
Nice.
And the whole point is like he did it just to do it, just to have something in the beginning, and then like he got big really fast, and then he just stuck with it because he's like, hey, this just proves you don't need the fancy shit to do well. So it's like, it's more of an aesthetic opinion. So I mean, like, honestly, yes, aesthetically having overlays is nicer. It's just like, I don't think like right off the bat it's like necessary, because at that point it's like, the people are watching for the content, not if the overlay's nice or not.
Yeah. I guess it's just like I guess that's a personal thing that if you want to do, you do. But I mean, I don't know. You just do your own thing. I mean, that.
Okay, but Comic Sans.
Okay. What's wrong with Comic Sans? It's amazing. What do you mean?
Oh God, Comic Sans needs a reboot.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I think you're right.
It probably already has one. Also, hello.
Yo.
Hello, Ben. Sees reboots? No, no, Ben. We don't talk about that show. Although we might today.
Oof.
Voltron Legendary Defenders. It's the Netflix reboot.
Yeah, I know. Lord. Okay.
I am like a professional on that topic. It's sad.
Jeez.
Well, because I watched because I almost said reboots. Voltron in itself has about 5 reboots, which a lot of people don't know. Like, that show literally has like 5 reboots. It's actually kind of insane. Because like there's the first one, and then there was like a mech one. Like, it was like literally like there's like 3 in the 80s. It was really, I don't know what they were doing in the 80s. There's a 3D one that like no one talks about because it's so janky.
Why is it so janky? I don't know. I've seen
really
Voltron,
bad CGI.
I've seen Voltron like maybe like a few times ever, and I just couldn't get into it as much as some people.
No, that's valid. The reason why I liked it was because I watched there was a reboot in like 2010. It's called like Voltron Force.
Yeah.
And I grew up on that, and the reason why I liked Voltron so much was because like while I was watching that reboot, and this is the one thing I think they actually did really well with the fact that, I was watching it, and then I would talk to like my parents about it, and they would be like, "Oh, that's a show I grew up watching, but you're watching a new version of it." So it was nice in the way like I could literally just sit down with like my dad and like bond over a show that it was like that at its root was the same, but they were different in their own ways. And because this was around the time, I forget what year it was. It could have been like 2008 to 2010. That it was like, because I know the Voltron Force I think was on Nickelodeon, but Cartoon Network was also remaking Thundercats, which
God.
The original Thundercats and the original Voltron came out around the same time, which was what not my grandparents, oh my God, what my parents grew up watching as children. So it's one of those things that like, in the aspect of like people rebooting stuff just to reboot them, like that specific scenario was one that I actually could get behind because it had the really cool effect that kids and parents could bond over a show.
Yeah.
From like, in a way that like, that it's not just like a parent sitting down watching a kid show with their kid, that it's like, oh, they are like reliving their childhood with their child, like.
Yeah.
So
well, we can get into that in a little bit. Okay, so we're not doing links. Gabe's not here today. So for anyone just joining, Gabe isn't here today. Mia's gonna be showing up a little bit later. She had to go do something, so it's just gonna be me and Tori for a little while. But yeah. So, I mean, if we're not doing links today because I know Gabe's not here. So, well, I mean, I guess we can just go into the topic then.
Yeah, unless you want me to find a link.
No. Oh yeah, well, I mean, no, we can't play that because I was gonna play the Lil Nas X video because I thought it was hilarious.
That's DMCA though.
Yeah, I mean, I can play the video, but I can't play the song.
You can't play audio.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, because then
who in the chat?
It mutes our VODs.
Yeah, who in the chat has seen that video? Because like that shit, I thought it was awesome because the visuals were amazing, but then I died laughing at one part. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it. I was dying laughing, and it's not at the part that you think I was like you would think it would be. It was like the dumbest shit. It's so funny. I thought it was awesome, but it was hilarious.
Fair.
Yeah. fair.
I mean, I haven't watched it, and I can only go off of what you said earlier, but yeah.
I
cool.
recommend it so much. It is hilarious. And so many people got mad at it, and it was just like...
Well, yeah, and when you play with those types of themes, you're gonna get backlash.
Yeah. But it's been overwhelmingly positive and negative at the same time, so...
So just the extremes. There's not a lot of neutral.
Oh, there's no neutral.
There's no neutral. It's either you love it or hate it. There's no in between.
Great. And it's not like, oh, I just didn't like it. No, it's like, oh my god,
how
awful.
dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, wow. It's
people get really like protective over things.
I do not get it. It's like, we have a problem right now, and this is the first thing you're thinking of is this is the issue. Like, either way, it's kind of dumb.
Well, the thing is, like, also because like cancel culture is a thing, like how like even the I'm like kind of closely watching some, not like, how do I word this, like I'm not like, I don't consider myself like in really any fandoms, but I don't know about that.
I don't even associate myself with any fandoms.
I don't like publicly associate myself with fandoms.
Yes,
I guess.
Yes.
But like I'll still be like hanging out on different fandoms and like seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
And I guess is the best way to put it. Also, Twitch is being really weird. I'm sorry. It got rid of chat for me, and I'm like, I can't see chat now. Which is fun. I'm just gonna refresh it. But like, cancel culture is just so...
I don't know. At this point, it's how do I say it? It's
like someone breathes wrong and people attack them, and it's like crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. At this point, like, I don't even think you can validate if like.
Oh no! Like,
well, no,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
unless they like murdered someone, like, goddamn, like.
Well, not even just that. Like, it just doesn't make sense anymore. Like, at this point, it's so hard to, because you could literally do that to anybody. So I don't know.
That and a lot of the things that people use to accuse people a lot of times are faked, and it sucks because it's like I've seen so many like genuine like content creators that like are actually just decent people, and people just attack them because they found like a fake tweet generator tweet.
Yeah.
Of them like saying awful things and it wasn't them.
And that's why you can't. That's why nowadays, like when people start canceling, it's just like, okay, now please shut up. Like at this point, it's like
my whole thing is like, if on the rare chances I have to go on Twitter, what I do is like, if someone says like, oh my god, this happened in a stream, I will literally research, find out what specific stream it was, watch the entirety of that stream, because like I don't like just reading something on the internet and just be like, oh okay, follow it. Like I genuinely like sit down, find the original source if it's possible, and then just look at it myself, because it's like, honestly, like, because that way you like at least know what's genuinely going on and not just like what people are screaming about, because a lot of times it's exaggerated. Even if it's like slightly true, it's like heavily exaggerated.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, we're getting into the reboots. We're getting into the topic for today. I know Mia's going to be here in a little bit, so it'll be fun to have her hop in. Oh my god. Hop in. Okay. Hop in and talk about this topic. So, I don't know. Where do we want to start? We want to start movies? We're going to start TV shows?
Just anything. Oh, it could just literally be anything. Like, do you have just a reboot in mind that you just want to talk about?
Nah, I mean, just anything. Hold on, let me do today's topic is reboots. For anybody who's joining in, we're talking about reboots from like TV shows to movies to comic books to people to I don't know, fucking anything.
To people?
Yeah, reboot people. That's gonna be the new thing.
What are they, a fucking robot? Beep boop.
No. Well, you never know. Elon Musk will be heading that way. You never know.
Sorry, guys. I just got a reboot real sec.
Let me reboot. So, nah, but just pretty much just anything you think of. I was thinking more the lines like movies mostly, just because like that's the one thing like I always see, and like especially Disney and all this other stuff. But there's always different reasonings as to why people are rebooting. Disney's I get, but I don't get, and I'll explain that in a minute. But like things like they're rebooting King Kong, like they rebooted King Kong, which I get completely because I know what they were trying to do. Like I know what they're trying to do. They rebooted like Godzilla, and it's on the same lines as King Kong. And there's just a few others that like it made sense. Like it made sense, but then there's a bunch that just didn't make any sense at all. So I don't know. Is there one in mind that you can think of?
I mean, there's a lot of reboots in general. But I guess like, because again, like you mentioned, like Disney, it's like, well, like Disney's like making all the live action versions of older movies that came out. For example.
I mean, you know why, right? Though.
Capitalism.
No. So.
Mostly,
yeah, but no, they have to release a movie every so often. Something to do with like their.
Talking about public domain?
No. They just have to release. Like I think it's this thing within Disney. Like you have to release a movie within a certain amount of time or something. I don't remember the details of it, but
No, but the reason why. No, but at the same token, and then it's just way possible. They have so many writers and so many people under them that have like original movies that they want to be made. Like how like Raya, like
Raya, yeah.
Raya, my bad. I haven't seen it, so that's why like I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Like they have a bunch of those on hand at all times. So in the nicest way possible, it's not an original concept idea. It's legitimately because it's the same token as to why companies beat to beating a dead horse to a different, like almost like not brands, but like different shows and movies that just have so many movies for no reason. It's because if someone slaps a certain name on a movie, people are going to be like, I know that, I'm going to watch it. And that's what they're doing with a lot of these reboots. Hell, like when I still went to the previous college that I went to, and I went to these events, that it was literally like the Bancroft brothers talking. They even blatantly said that, and they worked for Disney. And because people asked them, because they created a lot of the original movies that are now being rebooted, like, hey, how do you feel about this? And they were like, yeah, we actually know people personally working on the new ones, and it's like blatantly that.
What? Wait, specifically what?
If you make a movie and slap the name Lion King on it, people are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
If they like the Lion King.
Yeah.
They won't care what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
But if it has the name, they're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That's why they're making the reboots. It's because it's a money grab.
Well, there was this thing, but it's quick and easy to make. Or it's not easy, but it's quick. They already have the story. Not only that, they don't have to worry about so much. They just have to throw in new characters.
Lazy.
But that there was this thing where Walt Disney put in his clause, like you have to
I doubt he said you have to remake my movie every so many years.
No, he did. Look, I have this article right here. There was this thing where it was like you have to like remake movies every so often. I don't remember completely. But yeah, it was just this thing where he had to like they had to either release something or remake movies every so often. So yeah, I think that's part of it. And the other part is it's easy to remake, easy to do, and all you have to do is just put a new coat of paint on it, and voila, you got a shitty movie. Like, I don't know. The new Lion King was really weird, in my opinion. I mean, some people probably like it. I just thought it was kind of odd seeing this real life looking CGI character trying to emote when he doesn't have any emotion on his face or her face. Like, it just looks weird. I don't know. It's really weird. You good?
Yeah, no, I'm reading into it. It sounds more like he wants them replayed versus not remade, because it was every 7 years, which is such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
To constantly remake a movie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's either you can re-release it on DVD, or you make a new movie and make 10 times the profit.
And lose 10 times the respect.
Yeah, lose 10 times the respect. But yeah, there was that one. Someone was.
I think it. A lot of people are misinterpreting. I think it literally just means like re-release, as in like.
Yeah. No. Well. Okay. So.
Because it literally is worded as like he just wants them to see it, which means like just put it on TV.
Yeah.
That's like literally what he's saying. He's like, just put it on like a TV channel.
So back then, whenever.
Back in the day, it was different, but the equivalent of what he's saying was just like. Just play the original Bambi.
Yeah,
on TV. So, like, that's literally what he's saying.
Well, that was the thing. So you couldn't just like, and this was before like VHS and DVD and shit. So like, what they would do is they would release it back into theaters often. Yeah, so they would show like Bambi or some shit back into theaters.
Yeah, they played cartoons before other movies. Yeah.
Well, just like they would release like Bambi like into the movie, like just re-release it.
They still do that today.
Yeah, but then VHS started coming out, and so they didn't want pirating to happen, so they would only release the movie for a certain amount of time on VHS. So I still have a VHS copy, and it's like super old, of like, I can't even remember, some Disney movie. But they only released that movie for like 1 year on VHS, and they only made a certain amount for that year. So you had to pick it up, and you had to like buy it, and that was probably the only time you're ever gonna buy that movie, and for the next like 7 to 10 years or something. And then DVD came out, and they did the same thing. And then it got to the point where it was like, okay, people aren't buying DVDs, and people are going straight to either streaming or something. Why don't we just start remaking movies? Because that'll make more money than the DVDs or the VHSs or whatever.
The reason where I'm going to call you false on this is because they've been remaking live action movies of the original since like 2012.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying. Which would have
been before they're like, oh, everyone's getting the streaming services.
No,
that was
I'm
not
not.
As big of a thing in 2012.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like.
And it takes like 3 movies DVDs, to get a full movie
DVDs
done.
No, I'm not saying streaming like Netflix and shit. I'm talking like iTunes. Like this was like around the time like downloading was a thing, so they could go and like rip it off the DVD or something and then put it on the internet. And they also saw that like people weren't buying DVDs as much. So what's a better way to do stuff?
2012, a lot of people were.
No, I'm saying it wasn't like as big as it was in like the 90s to early 2000s. Like, so it was just
I only thought the dip happened recently, like in the last like 5 years.
Nah.
That was when it kind of steamrolled downhill.
Nah, it was way earlier than that.
So that was like more gradual, but like then the steep one happened like in the last 5 years.
Yeah, no, it was. I swear it was earlier. But either way, like the sales, I think they figured out that the sales were going to be in the actual like movie theaters. So remaking the movie was going to be a lot better than just like, you know, throwing it out on DVD or some shit. You know?
You know what's the funny thing that you're saying but not saying?
What?
Capitalism.
Well, yeah, that's the truth. I mean, that's part of it.
It's the entire huge part of it. It's literally just how do we make more money?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's there's no like pure intention. It's just like let's make money and just say it's because of it's a thing that Walt said we had to do, which is not what he said.
Yeah,
Because
it's
he implied a very different thing. He just implied that he just wants kids to not. He just wants like kids of the future to see these old movies in general, whether it be like on a service like Disney Plus, which he wouldn't even thought about because at that time that type of thing wasn't even a thought. You know, his whole thing was just he just wants people to watch the cartoons of old, you know, the movies of old. He just doesn't want the tale to be forgotten. It wasn't as much like you have to reproduce, like as in like from start to finish, completely remake this every 7 years. Because
yeah,
he was also a
it's
businessman, and he would have understood how absolutely impractical that was.
yeah. It's kind of it's just it's really odd, I guess. From what I can see, it's just really kind of odd.
Yeah.
When you could be making new movies and taking like that. I have a feeling a lot of studios see this as an easy thing, but to be honest, at one point it's all gonna dry. Either the reboots are gonna dry out, and you're just gonna have to reboot the reboot, or you're gonna figure out, hey, maybe I should actually invest in some new shit. Like,
Yeah. Like there are some examples of like reboots gone right, which is like kind of what like I feel like the difference in like um like how like the success of reboots is like that's something that Ben mentioned in the chat earlier, is the fact that like so like everyone knows like how Disney is doing reboots like with their movies, but like honestly an example I think of like reboots gone kind of in the correct direction is kind of what DreamWorks is actually doing, where they're taking shows from the 80s and revamping them, but it's the same core idea, but it's completely different. They remake the characters, like completely new character designs. It's still the same like basic plot, but it's like completely reimagined. Um, Voltron was good until it got bad, and the reason why, and it sucks because I actually know exactly what happened with Voltron, and it was the fact that they were doing great, and then it got really popular really fast because it was good, and then the studio started like speed running the script, and it just plummeted. Um, and it was one of those things that like it happens with a lot of shows I've seen, is that like it gets popular, the fans are like, "Yo, what? We want this," and then the show writers go, "Okay," and so then they do the what I add is like the too much gene, which is when like they just start adding too many elements, and then it starts to fall apart, and that's what happened with that reboot, which like overall still I would say positive reboot. Um, they just kind of it just had a really bad ending.
yeah,
And the one thing I liked about it was immediately after the last season of that show came out, you know, the fans told DreamWorks, they're like, "Hey, like, you kind of messed this up," and DreamWorks immediately actually took like what they said to heart in their next reboot, which was the She-Ra reboot, and like honestly, start to finish, was a good show, like a genuinely good show, and like as someone that like watched Voltron start to finish, like while it was coming out, and like seeing how fans were reacting and how DreamWorks was communicating with the fans the entirety of that show, like you saw like that like with the show She-Ra, like the whole phrase of like this person walked so you could run, like that those shows literally like fit that phrase so goddamn much. It's not even funny because because it is the same studio that made both shows, and it was like you could literally tell that like, oh, why did this show do well and this show not? It's because the studio actually listened to the fans and were like, and then like we're actually like writing notes like, do this, don't do this, and they made a good show. It's a reboot, but like it's a reboot, but it's its own, you know, which I think is a key distinction that like actual successful reboots have, is like, yes, there are still like connections and similarities to its original, so it's not its complete own thing. It's still like connected to the original, but you're not watching the same thing twice by any means. Like they both have their own stories, they both have their own their own unique elements,
Yeah.
which I think is important from at least a story development standpoint.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some like things. It's like I don't know. I mean, I think a cool idea. I think that there are some reboots that like could be a cool idea. Like I was thinking about this the other day with Gabe. I think we were talking about it on the last episode. Gabe and I. It was what if we remade Back to the Future, but in our time. So like.
So it would be like Back to the Future 3, or like.
No.
It would be its own.
It'd be its like own thing. It would be just Back to the Future, but like instead of it being 1985, it's like 2025 or some shit, and we go back to like 1985 or some shit.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, it'd be like an interesting take on, because back then it was like, oh, we're going back to 1955, but then now we're going back to 1985. Like. But it wouldn't have anything to do with the other Back to the Future movies. It would just be its own thing.
It's just the same concept, but a completely different movie.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, you would like change the like.
It would be funny though if they went back to like the time where the original movie took place, and they just saw the car,
Yeah,
but nothing else. Just like a hint.
Yeah,
because those are always fun with reboots too. Is when
Easter eggs.
they have Easter eggs for like the other fans.
Yeah.
That have seen the original, but a lot of times like they aren't like blatantly obvious that they're like, look, it's the same actor. Like it's like it's subtle stuff, but not like so subtle that like no one sees it type of thing. Like there's a way to do it.
Yeah,
I just don't know how.
But like, so, and we were thinking about this. So the Back to the Future in back in the 80s had the DeLorean. What would be this year's like DeLorean? And I was thinking, as a joke, I was thinking a Prius, just to like fuck around.
Why did you spit that out?
What?
Is Maui eating something?
He ate it and he like started choking and he just spit it out on the floor.
Guys,
okay?
Let's welcome Mia. Yay.
Hi guys. He's okay. He's fine.
Okay, that's good.
I lost my phone for like 20 minutes. It was under my umbrella.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, Mia, I have a question. Okay, have you seen Back to the Future?
I have, but it's been a really long time. But
do you remember the car, the DeLorean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we were thinking about if you rebooted Back to the Future, but it's like now. So back then it was 1985, going back to 1955. If it was 2020 or 2025, back to like 1985, what would the car be that they would be driving?
1985?
Yeah, they would be going from 2020 to 1985.
You mean 2005?
No, 1985.
You sure it wasn't 1995?
What do you mean 1995?
Why are they going back 30 years? Is that how far back they went in the movie?
Yeah.
Really? I thought they only went back like 10. Anyways.
No.
They probably be driving, like them really long Chevrolet cars, like that
El
car.
Camino.
No, like the car from Cars, the one that had the hydraulics.
Yeah, that's an El Camino.
Yes, those.
Oh Christ!
It'd be like a transformer.
Oh gosh.
You have to start at the hydraulics before you go back in time. They're time traveling hydraulics.
Jeez.
Yes, that is perfect.
I was thinking like a I was thinking like it'd be funny for them to be in a Prius, like.
Oh no, this is so ugly.
They go back in time in a Prius, or they go back in time in a Tesla.
Not a Tesla. Oh, you mean? Oh, I see what you're. Hold on, I'm tripping. I was thinking about a 1985 car. Yeah, they definitely go back in a Tesla.
Yeah, that's
Ew, a
what. Yeah,
Prius? No, they definitely go back in the Cube. Those are so ugly.
the Nissan. They need to go back in like a Nissan, like the shittiest Nissan you can think of. Well, I was thinking the Prius because it's eco-friendly and like not like eco-friendly like, oh yeah, save the environment. No, I'm just thinking like the doctor for this one is like a super like eco-friendly person, so he decides to choose a Prius
I'm
or
crying.
something, but it can't even hit like 88 miles an hour, so he has to put turbo in it, so it defeats the purpose of the eco-friendly part of it.
Correct. That is
Or
definitely
some
correct.
shit, or I don't know, just like something to like contradict whatever he is thinking. And so then it hits like 88 and he goes back to like 1985.
That'd be hilarious, honestly. It really would.
But we were thinking, how do you switch it up? How do you switch it up from the original reboot? So this is what Gabe and I were thinking. He goes back to 1985.
Right.
But then somebody decides, hey, fuck it, we're getting into the Prius and we're going, because they like someone from 1985 goes, oh yeah, that's a time machine. They hop in the Prius and they accidentally go back in time to like the like medieval time or some shit in a Prius.
I'm
like,
screaming.
He accidentally like goes into a joust in a Prius or some shit, and then he like goes into like he just goes into like different time periods.
They're all like, it's a bionic horse. Oh no.
And then like,
It would scream and like try to probably burn you for witchcraft, to be completely honest.
yeah.
Facts, that'd be terrifying.
As someone literally taking medieval history, and we literally have a section literally all on witchcraft, I'm pretty sure
screaming.
that they would condemn you for witchcraft.
Yeah.
Not witchcraft.
Yeah, burn the witches. That was
I
literally
know.
Yeah, they lean their head out the window. They're like, we know it's witchcraft. I can't believe we get
They did a
32
lot of
miles to the
things, actually.
gallon.
Take down witches.
We definitely know it's witchcraft. It's just a product. This whole thing is just a product placement for Prius. Yeah,
Yes.
we know
Bro,
it's
I wish we
witchcraft.
were sponsored. That'd be so cool.
We know
It'd
it's
be so funny if it was everything that started with a P. Prius, Pepsi.
Wait. I don't know why my
Pepsi.
brain just said this, but now I have to say it. It's a Nokia car.
Oh god.
Those things are
Huh?
indestructible. You know, like the Nokia phones?
Yes. Now he was shaking like a Nokia the other day.
What?
What does that even
Like, you know-
mean?
He was just
Those Nokias be
buzzing.
vibrating extra hard.
Oh.
Yo, that was one of my first phones, was a Nokia, and
Shaking
it was
like a Nokia. I've never heard that
Yes.
phrase before.
I was thinking about it. I was like, why is he shaking so hard? He vibrating over here like a Nokia. He can sit down.
Yo, like that was like, I will never forget having that first phone, and it would always buzz, dude. Like it would just be like, just like you could set it on the like on a table or something. The table will shake. Like
Yes.
it's like
Dude.
a brick.
My first phone was from a vending machine.
Nice.
Huh?
That's awesome.
I don't understand.
Vending
How does
machine
that
phone.
work?
No, like I shit you not. It was you know, like the
At like arcades or something.
yeah,
Right,
it was
huh?
specifically at it was specifically at a I think it was a Permanis, and they had the one arcade game where it's the one that it's like the block that goes back and forth and you have to get it like to the tower
I know
at the
what you're
very
talking
top.
about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a, and I guess like the top, and because it was like 2008, instead of having like fucking iPhones in there, they had this like really shitty. I remember it was like it was like an off-brand Nokia, but not as indestructible. But it was T-Mobile, and it was like the top prize at this. And my brother was just playing it to play it, and he won, and he got it, and he's like, I don't want it. Tori, here you go. So that was my first phone. But the thing was, because like, so like, yeah, it was so bad. There was nothing on it. I remember playing Tetris on it. Like it was like it had like the tiny ass screen and the buttons, and the back of it would fall off. But that was my first phone.
Not the Tetris.
I got it from a vending machine.
Could you even call people on it?
Initially no, but we had to take it to like our seller provider,
Mhm.
and I don't know if they would let us put it on it or not. I honestly don't remember because I was quite young. I wasn't like super young. I would have been like somewhere between like 8 or 10. But like young enough that like having a phone, you have to basically burn.
See,
There were
there-
other
That's funny.
games on. There were 2 other games that actually worked on there. But I don't remember
Mhm.
what. I don't remember. I think we tried to set it up to call, but I don't know if, because like the phone was like T-Mobile Nokia brand,
Mhm.
and like our provider wasn't T-Mobile. Like that was why it didn't work. But I remember like I had the numbers in it, but I don't think I could call. Because you can add
That's-
contacts and stuff, but I don't think it actually worked. I
That's
hope
really
I have
funny.
that phone
they
somewhere.
they
That's for
reboot Nokia phones.
Yes.
honestly, like
Like it's not even like it's like a smartphone, but it's like it's just that old ass Nokia,
Indestructible.
old ass Nokia phone look.
Yes.
It's like you can use the buttons, but it's also touchscreen.
That'd be great.
oh yeah, it's do you I don't know. Okay, I just had an idea, but like if this doesn't exist, a part of me is like, why doesn't it exist? Oh no, this definitely exists. I've seen it before. It's like a normal smartphone, right?
Uh-huh.
But like the back of it can slide out into the side like a slide keyboard.
Oh yes, I've seen those. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
For best of both worlds, you got the touchscreen and you can have it only be the touchscreen, and then you just bam,
Right. Bada bing,
Keyboard.
bada boom.
and then you get the
Keyboard.
buttons.
It sounds like a fantastic investment. What other reboots have we discussed? Because I got a few things on my brain.
Okay, let's hear from you then. Let's hear what you
Okay.
gotta say.
We haven't done much. We just did like overviews of like
Like Disney,
Like-
we did Disney. That was one of them.
Okay.
yeah, we
I
did
see.
Disney.
Okay, so let's get this straight. Everything does not need a reboot, and I think we've learned that. But
Oh,
some companies have not learned that. Like, my number one question: have y'all heard about the Powerpuff Girls getting a reboot, but it's going to be on the CW? And like,
No.
they're
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. What? Hold on.
Why?
Hold on. Rewind. Say that again. Hold on. What?
so
There's 2 very wrong things about that.
There's
the
so
first
many wrong
being
things.
the fact that it's
Yes.
being rebooted. The second is the fact it
It's
the
on the
fact it's on
CW.
CW.
It's on CW.
yes,
It's just
No,
got
it's
this
gonna
shitty like teen
it's on
drama.
CW.
no, but literally it
Do they
is
even
because
have
like
animated shows?
No.
No, they
Oh yeah.
don't.
No.
Oh,
They
no!
do. No, they do. They do. It's on
they do.
Yeah, it's on their website and on the app.
But that doesn't count.
It's no.
They don't
It
play
does.
on their.
Yeah, they do. They do. There's one.
Can you imagine being a channel being so ashamed of your animations that you don't even
Well,
put
no,
them
they
on your
don't.
own channel?
They don't have like time slots to put that on.
They
so
do.
That's true.
They probably do,
They
but it's not
rewind
at
so
the.
much. They replay so much, not rewind. They definitely have the slots that they could have.
They be playing the Flash over and over. Let me tell you something. But
They do.
they literally are giving bruh. Yeah, they're giving Powerpuff Girls a reboot. And
Wait, is it supposed to be like live action or something?
yes.
Oh,
yes.
no.
And y'all know
shit.
who's in it?
Who?
Dove Cameron. Dove Cameron is Bubbles.
Really?
Yes. I was shocked.
Is there any like?
Um,
Is there any like concept art or anything?
I think I'll send it.
Please
hold on.
do. Holy shit. I mean,
I was like-
to the best to them, but like that, I don't think that's a good
Yeah.
move.
Live
Right, because they were
action.
like they're the idea is the fact that, you know, they're upset because like all their childhood they couldn't like actually spend their childhood being children. They had to fight crime. And so now like
Oh, so they're
they're
all
vengeful.
yeah, because they're all the actresses that are in it. Like
Or older than
They're
like 25 years old. Like
yeah, so are they gonna be like adults?
Yes. That's even worse move.
Powerpuff Adults is the show.
I don't think I want to watch it. Like, I'm gonna watch it just because I'm curious.
I'll watch like maybe the pilot just to laugh at it probably, but like
just to laugh.
well, in the nicest way possible. Like I've watched like CW shows, like genuinely watched CW shows, and they've been crashing and burning lately. So like I have no hope for this.
I'm screaming. I mean, what? Screaming. Why did I say screaming without the S?
Oh.
Anyways.
uh.
Anyways. We're gonna continue on. We're gonna pretend like I didn't miss the S.
Okay. So
Here, I sent the screenshot.
to where the Discord?
Yes,
Yes.
I sent it. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Is there? Wait, which one?
The stream VC chat.
Oh, okay. Wait, is that's Chloe Bennett? Yeah.
That was the article I just pulled up. That was the article I was just reading. Literally.
Wait,
I mean, it's the first thing that comes up when you Google Powerpuff Girl like remake. But yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but here's what's gonna happen, and this is just from I hope it doesn't, but this is just from past CW shows. It starts off like, okay, let's see what happens, and then ends up being a teen drama show, and it just doesn't play out real well.
I don't know why CW does that. Like, they always start off good. Like, well, I won't say always, but like they generally start off pretty good, and you're like, okay, this is pretty good. And then they do the too much gene, and they're like, let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and it's like, oh, and then it's a drama, and it's like, ah.
Well,
I came here for superheroes, and they're like, "Boo," and I'm like, drama, and I'm like, but no.
yeah.
Bro, this is actually funny. Listen to this description. It says, the new series puts a spin on the animated classic created by Craig McCracken and follows the girls who are now young women in their 20s, resentful over the loss of their childhoods to crime fighting. Can they agree to reunite when the world needs them once more? Ooh.
That actually sounds so funny, because the thing is, so their plot is they're grown up, they've said screw it, they've all left, they're all in their own lives, don't care about saving people, and then I guess something happened, and then they're like, ah, crap, we have to go fight crime again, hate that. Yeah. So they resent the fact that they're superheroes, and then they're like, oh great, gotta go back. Also, another thing that's important to note is, like, so the Powerpuff Girls, so all they do is kind of like fly around with their Superman pose and go, right? Can you imagine just like the animations they're gonna have to do with these grown-ass actresses, with them just doing the Superman pose and them having to do like the, because they always have the trail, like the pink trail, the blue trail, the green trail, like when they fly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine how dumb that's gonna look?
I don't know. They might just
like in the dresses that they wear.
No, what's gonna be odd is it's gonna be. This is my thought on what they're
if
gonna
they have
do.
the monkey. If they have the monkey, I'll watch it.
It's gonna be like
Mojo.
Yeah.
No, not Mojo Jojo.
Oh, Mojo Jojo. Yeah.
I'll watch it just for him, and then I'll leave. I'll like the second I see him, I'm like, cool.
No, Mojo Jojo.
He's gonna be a hyper realistic ape with a brain, and it's gonna be terrible.
Oh no, that's gonna be so entertaining. That's gonna be so entertaining.
And they're like, hey Mojo. It's like,
yo, these.
Is the dad gonna be in it?
Oh, the doctor or the scientist.
Yeah, that'd be so. Can you imagine him being like, because it just starts off with like the dad calling them and be like, hey, so they're like Godzilla's attacking the city. Like, can you
can
you guys like come back? And they're like, no, we don't.
My bad, my sister called.
Oh, you're fine. They're like, I don't want to. I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I'm 25. I don't care. And he's like, guys, you just hear like screaming and destruction in the background. He's like, are you sure? Just like, I hate that, like, the mental picture I'm imagining is probably gonna be so much funnier and better than what the show's gonna actually be.
Right, yo,
I'm hyping the show up for myself, and it sucks.
Like, listen to this. So it was talking about like them then, and then like them in the show. So it's like, it says, here's what I predict. Blossom, since she was the leader, has been taking it the hardest. She's in the middle of an identity crisis because technically they were created in a laboratory. Insert a flashback where she yells at the professor because she wants to be a real girl. Damn it, not some crime crime-fighting lab experiment on call 24 hours a day. She thinks about this while she's in bed with one of the rowdy rough boys because it's the
I
CW.
forgot about them. I forgot
Right.
about them. I forgot about them.
She's
Yeah.
annoyed because
Yeah.
What?
even if she's not
Oh
one of those
my
goody two-shoes
God.
Powerpuffs anymore, it still consumes her. She definitely walks in the street, insert city she lives in now, and feels the urge to stop a purse snatcher or bank robber, her boyfriend having to remind her that she's walked away from that life. Also, she cut her hair and does everything to distance herself from that blossom look. I'm screaming.
That's so. I forgot about for this for
That's
those
hilarious.
that are not caught up on Powerpuff Girl lore. They're
There's a guy version of them.
yeah, there's
Yes.
a trio that are basically clones of them, but they're male.
Yeah.
The
And-
rowdy rough boy.
The Rowdy Rough Boys. I forgot about those. Oh, they were the best.
That's hilarious. Like she's
They
in
better
bed
be in
with
the
him.
show.
She's
They
in
better
bed
be in
with
the
him.
show.
Like okay.
Because they're like the same person. They're
I'm
like
dead.
When you think about it, they were basically siblings.
No,
Oh
they're
shit, they were.
clones.
Oh no.
Yes,
Yeah, but like that's how DNA works. Shit,
exactly.
they got the
Exactly.
same DNA.
Incest.
Shit.
Ew.
Oh, I don't like that now.
Nah,
I don't want it
Exactly.
at all.
like that's just so. Okay,
Mia,
here's
you
the
just
thing.
ruined this.
This
Damn
could
it.
be a good idea. This could be an
Yeah.
awesome thing, but like, it's gonna go south real quick. I feel
Oh.
like
They
There's
should have
one show-
animated it.
Oh, if they could, that's the thing. It like they could have.
They should have done an anime of it.
Yes, that would have been fire.
Well, if they're adults, then anime. But if they want to just reboot the actual show itself and do
Oh,
its
no,
own
no, no.
spin as a cartoon, could like has the potential to be successful. But whatever the hell's gonna happen, it's gonna be a dumpster fire, and I will make popcorn.
Not
I
you're
will
gonna
make
make popcorn with the fire.
Oh, I
That's
wasn't even thinking
funny.
that. I was thinking about using my microwave, but you know what? Now that you said it, I'll just bring a pan out and just do it over the fire of the flames of this burning show.
Perfect.
Pop, pop, pop.
That's the perfect thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Jiffy Pop. Bert, I was literally just thinking about Jiffy Pop. I just didn't say it.
It's just
You guys
so.
know what Jiffy Pop is, right?
Yes, I think.
I'll send a picture in the VC chat. It's a thing that they technically had in like the 80s, but I know about it because my mom talked about it. It's like, yeah, I'll do like a before and after picture. So here's like a before picture. And then here's an after picture. You just kind of put the first on heat and
Oh
then
yeah,
bam,
yeah,
popcorn.
yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, that's called Jiffy Pop.
Yeah, that's the one where you put it over on the oven. Yeah,
The stove.
Or the stove.
Or just a flame.
Yeah.
You could take it to like a campsite technically.
Yeah, well, what we used to do is we would put it in a pot or something, and then like put
Yeah, you could
kernels. We'd put kernels in the pot
Yeah.
and cover it. Yeah, that's what we used to.
Yeah,
do. That's
yeah.
just
No, that's
that takes
a
away
traditional.
like yeah, that just takes away all the other work. You just put it over the stove.
Wait a minute, y'all don't put popcorn in the microwave?
No, I
Yeah,
do. I'm
we-
just
we
saying I
do,
also
yeah.
understand the other ways
Oh.
to make popcorn. I don't personally do them.
Oh.
I just get like the bags of I forget the brand, but it's like, you know, movie theater popcorn, whatever.
Yeah.
You slap it in the microwave, hit the popcorn button, drrrr,
Yeah.
bam, popcorn, open it, brrr, I rip like a hole out of the top of it, just bam, popcorn.
Yeah.
I take so much pride in popping
That too.
popcorn, and I don't know why.
Is it active? Wait.
Because
Like-
it's a violent experiment. You never know. It could burn the popcorn. It could.
Yes.
You never know.
I just like the idea that, you know, I am capable of popping the perfect popcorn every time. For the most part.
Burnt, you're forgetting Secret Pop. Secret Pop's a good one.
I don't know. I'm just gonna type it because I
I like
googled
Act
Act
Two.
2.
Act 2 is
Yes.
another popcorn brand.
What
Secret
is that
Pop.
good one? Is it
Secret
called
Pop.
Cornville something?
That's the kind I
something.
get. The Orville Redenbachers.
Yes, I love
It's
Orville.
that's good. That's what we get.
Have y'all ever tried caramel popcorn? Like, what's that
Like
stuff
caramel
called?
corn
Yes,
or kettle corn.
kettle corn. Yes, kettle
Kettle corn.
corn.
Kettle corn's good. Kettle corn's good.
I used to hate kettle corn, but then I tried it again one day. I was like, wait a minute, this
It's
junk
good to have
best.
every once in a while, but like if you're just like taking that, if you're just eating that a lot, then like it's one of those things like you can get sick of it really quickly.
Yes,
I had
I
a cousin
agree.
that made kettle corn.
Hmm.
He worked
That
at like
sounds
an amusement
good.
park for a bit, because like where my one half of the family lives is near like a big amusement park, so like local jobs there for those kids are like, hey, let's just go work at the park. So
Ugh.
he worked at like the kettle corn stand, and so he was just like making kettle corn. So I guess like now that's just like something he knows how to do forever.
Oh,
Can you
I'm sorry.
imagine just being like on a casual Tuesday, like, all right, just gonna go make some kettle corn in the back?
I'm dead. That's how it is down here. Like, Six Flags is like 20 minutes away from me. So everybody, like, and you can work there when you're 14. So that's a lot of people's like first job, Six Flags.
Team.
Ugh.
Yeah. You know, it's amazing when some teenager's holding your life in his hands with that lever on
Yeah,
a roller coaster.
No offense,
Yes.
I do not want like a hormonal 14-year-old to be the one on the lever of a roller coaster.
Hell yeah!
Because they also
that's-
have
that's the
because they also have
risk.
like the buttons that deploy the different things of the mechanics. If they actually just hit a wrong button and it just like detaches something, oh god, you're just going. Vroom!
That's the
I'm
risk right there. That's
screaming.
the adrenaline rushing when you're on the.
I'll pass.
Nah, come on.
I was supposed to go to Six Flags today. I don't even know if I feel like going, but yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and
Six
then I think-
Flags, like I've only seen stuff. I've never actually been to the one near us.
What?
No.
What?
I've
You need
never
to come
been
down
to
here next
a
weekend
Six
so we
Flags,
can
period.
go.
But that's the thing. How much is it?
It's not expensive, and I have a season pass, so I can probably get you like 50% off ticket.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I might just
Some
do that.
season pass deals with some amusement parks, like you can get like a free ticket like every month or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reboot
Like in
Six
addition to
Flags.
yours.
Reboot
Yep.
Six Flags.
They reboot like every year because they build brand new rides
Yeah.
so often.
I don't know if that counts as rebooting or just extending.
No.
Or expanding.
So here's what we do. They just need to reboot the entire park. They need to bring back
Yep.
that old dude on the bus that danced in those commercials.
I
The
forgot
what?
about that.
Yeah, the do 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 do.
Yeah, they need to bring him back,
Yeah,
'cause
they
he
need
was
to bring
funny.
him back.
I know this song. I don't know this man you're speaking of.
Hmm.
The nearest Six Flags to me is like in a different state, so I've never
And it
been
in
to a
DC.
Six Flags before. I've only been to the one like there's a local park in my city, and then there's a local park across state, and I've been to both of those.
I put it in
And
the
I've
stream
been to
chat
Disney.
if you want to see it, the video.
Oh, he looks scary.
Watch the video. It's funny. It's
It is.
The quality
You know where I wanna
of this
go?
video hurts.
I want to go to Coney Island.
oh heck no.
Why not?
I hear so much about Coney Island. I don't know.
I've never heard anything.
I hear things like, "Oh yeah, just it's not worth it, man. Don't do it." And I'm like, okay, sure, okay, I'll believe you. I don't know. I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna
fine.
go to it because I've never been. But like,
Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm watching the video.
oh yeah,
I'm the woman that just looks at her husband and is like, "You see this?"
Right, are you seeing this? Wilfred.
See,
Dude, that-
okay, and not that they all got on the bus. No, see, if
yeah.
if a man pulled up to my house in a bus and just came outside and just started dancing like he's on something, I would go, "That man's on something."
I'm definitely
Hide the
hopping.
kids.
I'm
hide
definitely
the
hopping on that
wife.
bus. What do you mean? I'm definitely,
He's
especially
on
if it says
something.
Six Flags on the side of it. I'm definitely hopping in.
That's like the stereotypical, like, if a guy in an ice cream truck comes up to you and goes into a small child, goes, "Hey, there's ice cream in the truck. Do you want to come inside?" And you just go inside the ice cream truck and get napped. Just because it has a pretty image on the bus does not mean the bus is safe.
Listen.
See, but this dude looks awesome, and he's dancing.
He looks like... Well, okay, it's not like his It's not his actual like appearance. It's the appearance of what he's doing out of nowhere, unprompted, is very suspicious.
But he's making everybody dance. How could you not
half
like
the
that?
people were like,
They're
"What's
dancing.
going on?" And then there's the one guy who was kind of like moving his belly back and forth, which is like kind of dancing.
Yeah, he's getting into it.
There was one man, and there's like the guy on the ladder that looked scared for his life. There was the one mother that was next to her husband and her child that was concerned. And then they just all of a sudden cut screen. They're all on the bus somehow. Like, no one knows what happened. Like, did he have laughing gas that hypnotized them? On the bus? Maybe. Maybe that's not what they're showing.
You're thinking of the terrible things that this.
Right, you're thinking of the worst, the absolute worst.
I'm thinking about. I think he drugged them.
Wow. Hold on here. I don't know.
You know the show Gotham, like the
Yeah.
Oh,
the Joker
gosh.
when he had
I couldn't.
when he had like
Gotham.
the gas, like the Joker gas.
Yeah.
I think he used that on them.
No, come on.
I'm screaming.
They're acting like it.
They're acting like it. Come on.
They're acting
If
like
an old man pulled up and was like, "Hey,"
I would get in my car and
Hobbin.
drive away.
What? Nah, come on.
Legitimately, if an old man drove up to my house in a bus with a loudspeaker, walked outside the bus, and started dancing like it's the end of the world, I would be like, "Mom, I'm scared. Pick me up. I'm leaving."
Nah, come on.
Or I just walk inside and lock the door. Actually, that's the easiest option because you're already at your house. That's the other thing. This guy found your house.
Okay, no, he found the neighborhood. Let's make that clear. He found the neighborhood.
I'm
Just goes
dead.
to random people's houses and goes, "Come with me, children. Let's go to the park." And I'm like, "Ah."
That's not what he said. He was dancing, and they willingly got on the bus.
Said, "Well, that's the trick. It's the movements. It's a dance.
It's a hex.
Not a head.
He's a
Scarlet
warlock.
Witch.
Please.
He's a warlock."
How did we get here? We were talking about reboots, and then we're talking about an
Right.
old man getting people to Six Flags. That's why I love this podcast.
I'm so sorry, Ben. How was your dinner?
Dan.
Oh my gosh.
Eh.
See, look, if a guy like that came in a bus, like, that said Six Flags on it, and not just like, oh, it was like...
You're going back to the fact that you see a bus with an image on it, and you're like, "I like that image, therefore I can trust this vehicle." That's not a good motto to go by, just because a lot of people actually use that for bad things.
I'm definitely hopping on a Six Flags bus.
God damn it! You see, you're such a sheep. You're gonna get murdered.
Murdered? Heck no, I'd Judy chop him. I'd just... God, right to the neck.
Not unless he like throws Joker gas at you or something. I don't know. What does this have to do about reboots?
Man, I've seen enough ninja movies. I can do this. I can do
Right.
this. You know. I've seen Kung Fu Panda a few times. I can do that whooshy finger flick.
Are you Jack Black?
Yeah, I can make it out.
I can do the whooshy finger flick thing and
Finger flick.
and take him out. It's
Bro, I want to be like Poe. I want to learn how
Me
to.
too.
I want to learn how to fight and be like, "Haha, eat." He's just so
shit,
happy.
loser.
Eat shit. Let's go. That man can also just like bounce. Like he's just made out of rubber. He doesn't get hurt. Like
Skadoosh.
actually, he gets like punched and he just goes boom, 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 punch.
Nothing but respect for Kung Fu Panda. See, I think people sleep on Kung Fu Panda sometimes, man.
They do.
That's the one movie if they reboot,
It's
I would
good.
be pissed. Like, I know they've made 20 different shows and like 3 different spin-offs or whatever, but like, man,
I don't even. Yeah, I know I think there's 3 movies in total, and then they have like the other ones,
yeah.
like the shows and stuff. But I've never seen the shows or anything. I think I've seen the movies, like of course I've seen the first movie, but like I think I've seen like the sequel. I think, or at least I've seen bits and pieces of them to like understand what was happening.
Moment.
But like the first one, honestly, like it's one of those, like, you could label it a classic, like, hands down, great movie. And those are the types of movies that, like, even if people want to remake them, just don't, because you're messing with stuff. Like, you're going into
You're
a
messing
territory.
with the space-time continuum. What are you doing?
Exactly. Like,
Come on,
if
man.
someone remakes Kung Fu Panda, you know the world's going to shit. All right.
Shit.
Shit. All right.
It's I don't know. It's like
Shrek. If someone tries to remake Shrek, I'm leaving. I'm going to like Mars. I don't even care. I'm gone.
yo, Ben, you're not wrong. I'll be honest, some people really love the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, but like if they rebooted it, I wouldn't say anything. I'd be
Can
like,
we just
okay,
like
let's-
control it, delete it, and just like pretend it didn't happen, and then someone else just made something in
well,
its stead?
that's what a lot of the fandom is doing. Is they're like control deleting, taking that out of canon.
Well, okay, you know it's bad when I'm gonna
No, don't even say that, Burnt. No, we are not rebooting Shrek. I swear to God. The only reason they should reboot Shrek is if they
See-
bring back all the actors, they bring back everybody, just to do like a updated like textured version of the like animation or
No,
some
but
shit.
I don't want a remake of Shrek. Like, I know there's been talks of like they're gonna make a fifth one, which is they're gonna make another sequel. Sure, whatever. As long, like if it has the voice actors, you know what, go for it. I don't care. Because Shrek is such a meme that it could have more spin-offs off of it, and that's fine. Don't mess with the original.
Don't mess with the space-time continuum, Marty.
Just leave it alone. Okay? Exactly, Ben. You can't. You can't. You cannot. Unleash the Redditors. That's exactly what's gonna happen. They even touch it and just the world's just gonna go.
Yep, we're just gonna explode
We're just gonna
right
see
then and there.
the nukes are gonna go off. It's gonna be a mess.
Exactly.
It's all because of Shrek.
Yeah.
Is that a dog?
Is your dog okay, Will?
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. He's losing his mind right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like a whine, so I just wanted to actually
See, when you realize that pugs, it's just a noise. I don't understand. It's a noise that they make.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
I personally have had pugs, so that's why I don't know their language.
Yeah, it's more like it's not even a bark. It's more like a squeal. So
Pig.
yes, almost very close, and I get it because their face is. Squished
I wasn't
in,
even
so-
calling him that. I was just, when you say
Poor
squeal,
Tintin.
I automatically think of.
Oh, Ben, we did talk about that. We talked about Back to the Future rebooting it, and this was the thought about it. The thought
Yeah.
about it was we go back in time from now, so like 2020.
Go pitch your
back
movie
to,
idea.
Go back to 1985 instead of going from 1985 back to 1955. That's the thought. But I'm just saying they have to use the Prius instead of the DeLorean. I'm just saying.
The,
Either a
What
Prius.
car is it that it's like the tiny box car?
It's called the Cube. I think it's what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know what it's actually called, but I'm just saying, like, what car is it? Like, I know, like, there's an actual name for it, but I don't think anyone knows what it's actually called. But it's just a tiny box car, and I'm pretty sure it's like an electric car. And it's one of those things, like, it's so small, it's basically a clown car, and it's like a cube.
Oh, well, okay, no. They do this. They turn it into they get a smart car.
Uh-huh. Like the Apple car,
Mama
Yeah.
care.
the Google car.
Yeah, they take the smart car, they soup it up, and they try to at least get it to 88.
Bro, that car's gonna have an AI and everything.
Yeah. You get in, they're like, "Hello, Marty. Where would you like to be going today?" And you just tell it, and it takes you to 1985.
Not Marty.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, we can't say Morty because that's Rick and Morty. So then what
Oh, I
would,
know. She's coming. I like Morty.
Yeah, I'm all about rebooting movies that actually just were train wrecks into something that
Yeah.
isn't a train wreck. That's always like Because, like, that would at least have a positive benefit. As long as they don't reboot something and somehow make it worse, which can happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what's a reboot that you wouldn't mind actually seeing? Oh God, please reboot. Don't even reboot Cats. Just burn it. Let it stay at Broadway. My
Well,
God.
honestly, like what Ben's saying, like if they animated it, it wouldn't be like weird. You know?
What, animating Cats? Oh yeah. That wouldn't be a bad movie.
Yeah, because
Now,
like
don't
it's one of
make
those
it
things
like
that like the story and the songs are good. It was just the visuals that really messed people up with that one, from what I understand. I've never watched
the
it.
story is.
Was the story bad? Okay,
Well,
cause
no, it's and this isn't just for the movie. It's for both like the Broadway show and the movie.
I haven't
It
seen
just
the
doesn't.
musical or anything, so I honestly have no.
Literally,
like-
all it is it's just a random, like.
Most musicals don't have good storylines, to be completely honest.
Well, no. This one, it just doesn't make any.
They're pretty basic plots.
Well, no. Not even just that. It's a jumbled up like storyline. Like it's literally the equivalent of like, okay, main character goes to, here, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, that storyline ended. Okay, we're going over here. Storyline ended, and then we go over here, and it just there's nothing, and it never completes. It's like what the fuck, and then you get to the end, and then nothing happens. It's literally just like, oh, they all get resurrected into cat heaven or some shit. Like it's literally like that's literally what happens.
So wait. So is it? Because I've heard of like musicals, or just plays in general, doing stuff where it's like. It's multiple small stories, and that's it. Is it one of those things? Like it's like
yes.
It's a couple small stories, but at the very end, it brings them together.
Sort of, but in the end, nothing happens.
Okay,
it's just fucking
then
stupid.
if it's that idea, they could honestly structure it in a way that it would make sense and actually do really well. Because I have seen that kind of concept actually do pretty well. It's all about how you structure it. And again, it's one of those things. Like if you had the right like director and producer behind a project like that, it could be really successful. It's just all about how you go about it.
Yeah, I don't know, Cats, that should stay on Broadway. I mean, if you can animate it, I guess, but not like what they just did with Jason Derulo and all.
Jason
Derulo. Yeah, but I don't know. So, I mean, so we all have a list of what we shouldn't reboot. We all have Shrek on there. We all have Cats, both for very different reasons. Now I guess we can add Powerpuff Girls. So
it's all about how. My general opinion with reboots is, it's not just like it's not the like. A lot of times it's not just the action of physically the fact that it's going to be remade. It's how they do it. Because, like, there are, like I've even mentioned even in this podcast, like, there are examples of people taking an idea of old and making something nice out of it. Yes. But there are, unfortunately, a lot of other examples of people just being like, idea... They put it in a blender, they just kind of dump it out and go, look, I made something. Like...
So, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna
look, they took a steak that's like this, this concept that did well, and they're like, that did well, I'm gonna just pick this up, put it in a blender, dump it on this plate, and go, here you go. It's not, it's the same core idea, but, like, obviously you're gonna take the steak over whatever the hell just came out of that blender. Like...
Yeah.
I found the first thing that I heard when I put my headphones back in was blender.
Yeah.
What are we blending?
No, I was making an analogy about like bad remakes, or like, so like the original concept's like a steak, And it's like, and then like they just take that steak, throw it in a blender, blend it, and dump it on a plate, and it's like, there you go.
I'm dead. That sounds
It's
terrible.
the same core concept, but they did something to it, and it's like, what did you do?
Right, what happened?
I just made that analogy on the spot, but I hate how accurate it is. Because they literally just took something nice, threw it in a blender, dump it, and go, done.
Right, here you go.
There you go. Maybe like add like a mint leaf on top to make it look pretty, but it still
little mint
sucks.
leaf.
Like
It's like finding a turd. It's
yeah. Add like a drizzle of like a sauce to make it look really pretty, but then like as soon as you stick your fork in it, you're like, what is this?
It cracks
Yeah,
open
a
that-
little of oregano.
A little of oregano. Yo, no, okay. I don't know. I like the Dark Crystal movie. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't even know what that movie is, so I can't really comment.
It's based off of the original. Was it Dark? I think it was called Dark Crystal, but it was a Jim Henson movie, like the Muppets guy. It was his passion project. It was something he really wanted to do, and he did it, and it didn't get a lot of like reception as much as he wanted, and so then they remade it or they didn't remade it. They made a sequel or something on Netflix, and it's pretty good. It still hasn't gotten enough reception. I don't think people are into the old like puppet type of thing as much as like the Muppets. I think the Muppets were like I think it was just a timely thing. That was something like of the times the Muppets were.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And Sesame Street.
Say I also didn't see any advertising for it because I only knew it actually existed was because I actually know Ben pretty well, and like Ben has talked about it to me, and that's honestly the first time like when I heard them mention it that I actually knew it existed. Because I didn't even see it advertised on Netflix. I didn't even know it existed until like I heard from someone else.
Yeah.
There's no advertisements when it came out. Like it was one of those things that unfortunately happens sometimes with even Netflix originals that they just make it and they post it and don't advertise it at all.
Yeah, it's really
So, like, people don't find it unless someone personally refers it to them.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't.
It happens a lot, which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some really good movies on Netflix.
But I will say that these things will build like a cult following, and later it's gonna be like one of the biggest movies like to come out of this like decade. I feel like then there's gonna be a lot of movies like that, and
yes,
yeah, because like there's so. Have you ever been on Netflix and just gone through their catalog? Like there's so much like original shit that like has not been even like advertised.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And some of it
They have a lot of
so good
content that's like they independent like directors that they took on their project and made, which is amazing. But it sucks because there's no advertising for it because like usually they spend all their advertising shit on like if there's a new Stranger Thing, like the big stuff that they completely like forget about a lot of these smaller things that actually do so well. Like I think I've mentioned this in past like episodes of the podcast, but like there are so many times like I'll go on like Instagram and such, and I'll just see posts of people being like, "Hey, here's a bunch of movies that are like on Netflix that are made from like independent like producers and directors, and they're like really amazing and should get some recognition. Like, hey, you should watch this." But it's like a Netflix original, so it's only on Netflix. So it's like, hey, if you have Netflix, please just give them a watch if you want. Like, because it's like, that's the one like thing that like, it's a beauty and it's a curse of like when you get an original with a company like that, because it's like they help back your project, which is amazing, and you get paid from them, but it's also a contract that you are with them. Your work isn't going anywhere else. It's with them.
Yeah.
And it's actually something I heard. Actually, I didn't even realize it was a thing until I was watching a stream the other day, and it was these popular Twitch streamers were even actually talking about like Twitch affiliate, and that's how Twitch affiliate apparently is once you get affiliate, you aren't allowed to stream anywhere else. I didn't realize that was a thing. Apparently.
That's good.
Oh,
like,
really?
Because, like, at Twitch affiliate, you can start getting income from them. You can start getting ad revenue.
Yeah.
But the other part of that is, like, once you get to a certain level on Twitch, you basically, like, are then saying, like, I am only going to stream on Twitch.
I didn't think.
And that's
Wait,
how
is
they
that
do
like
it.
is that in a clause or something in their writing or something? Like their.
I believe so, because I didn't realize it was even a thing until, like, these, like, Twitch streamers were talking about it, and they're like, yeah, not a lot of people realize it, but, like, it's a thing. So it's like, so that's why, because, like, it was these people talking about it, and because how it came up was someone gave a dono, and they're like, yo, just got Twitch affiliate, like, can you say congrats? And the guy basically started talking about how, like, you know, how Twitch affiliate in itself can actually be really harmful for small creators to get it immediately, because once you get it, you can't, like, also stream on, like, YouTube. So, like, while, yes, you can get some money now from Twitch, it cuts off, like, you can't stream anywhere else. So, like, you kind of make, so it sometimes starts saying, like, it's better
so where,
to, like...
where would that, so, okay, how would that, if I, say that I were to stream on Twitch, and then I also stream on YouTube as well, how would that hurt? Like, what would they be doing? Would they be saying, oh yeah, we can't give you any money anymore? Is that their thing?
I don't know the exact process, because he didn't say, but he basically said, like, it's one of those things that, like, there's a specific word for it, but I honestly don't know what the word for it is, that it's like, once you reach a certain level, they literally just go, okay, for us to pay you, like, we will give you money, but you have to now exclusively keep your content for us. It's a two-way deal.
I think
like,
that's the. I don't
we
think
give
it's
you
affiliate.
money, or
I'm pretty sure.
I was told it was affiliate and not partner.
I think it's partner. I think it is partner. I don't think it's affiliate, because when you're a partner, you can only I'm pretty sure that this is how it goes. If you're a partner,
I think it originally was, but I think they might have updated it. Because
maybe,
a lot of people are streaming on YouTube again. So I don't know if they did it to stop people from streaming on YouTube. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
just heard
sure,
that, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize that.
I'm pretty sure that's partner, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I'd love to be
Which is constantly changing
corrected. Yeah,
their structure, so I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
That's not to say, like, don't shoot for it, but, like, I didn't realize, like, for people that choose to do multi-platform, like, they're saying, like, that was basically what the guy was saying. He's like, it's honestly better to just get that rooted, like, community first, and then go for it, like, affiliate and stuff, as opposed to just going for it right away, because then it can almost, like, stunt the community growth a little bit. That was all he was saying. He's like, sometimes it's better to get that small community built, like, and you know, created first before going too far and just going for, like, the rank.
Yeah.
Which is honestly interesting, and it was like, hey, you know, good to know, because I know a lot of people, because it's like, you need at least affiliate to be able to do certain things, you know, ad revenue to, it's a bunch of things, I forget the list. It's like, a lot of things start at affiliate, and it's like, yes, while those can be very helpful, it's like, sometimes it's better to make sure, like, you start somewhere else, like, you know, it's not as,
I don't know, just stream wherever. My idea is stream wherever.
I also know streamers that only stream on YouTube because of the Twitch thing.
Yeah,
because
I don't know.
Because they don't want Twitch to be like, okay, you can only make content for us now, and they're like, but I stream on YouTube too.
Yeah,
so now
well, I mean, either way, you can get out of that. Like, as long as you're not, like, as long as you're conscious about it and, like, understand, like, you're good. Just stream wherever you want to stream. Do your thing. So.
No, absolutely.
I lost my contacts.
Both of them?
Yes.
Like, both just fell out of your eyes?
No, like,
you misplaced them.
The little jar that they come in is gone.
Oh, Oh.
Oh, like the cleaning case.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Rip Mia. Oh wait, Ben says I propose we reboot whatever the heck was going on with Disney and Talking Dog movies and just turn it into a cinematic universe.
Yes,
Ooh.
that'd be perfect.
Air Bud, just take Air Bud and all those movies.
Oh, those movies. I'm gonna be honest. At first when you just said Talking Dogs, I was like, there's a lot of movies that have a dog that talks.
Well,
Exactly.
but then you
Oh,
could
God.
turn it.
Oh,
No.
God.
Okay, so think about this. So Air Bud is like the first of those movies. Then it goes into like Lady and the Tramp, and then it goes into like The Aristocrats.
I thought you were just talking about like the
the
Golden
entire
Retriever movies.
Yeah,
because
no.
that is its own cinematic universe. I wouldn't start crossing.
No, but it's all connected, man. It's all like it's one thing. What do you mean? It's like, you know, you're bringing in Lady and the Tramp and all these other. It makes sense, man.
It does, actually. When you really think about it.
When you think
Where
about it.
the freak are my contacts?
Well,
I'm
This
trying to remember
sucks.
what movie it was called, but it was the one. I'd say now, I think that the Air Buds, that whole thing, that's its own universe, and that's like, it literally is its own universe.
didn't
They
they
have
do a
like
Christmas
8 movies.
movie? They did
But-
like a Santa Buddies or some shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, it was cute. OMG.
I
Yeah.
actually did see that one. But I think a separate universe could be like Lady the Tramp, 100 Dalmatians, those movies. Because there's also another one that I think it's All Dogs Go to Heaven. I think Disney made.
Yes.
I think that is like now those movies. Yes, I would put those together. There's also another one that I forget what it's called, but it's connected. It is like quote unquote like canonly connected to 100 Dalmatians already, but I forget what it's called. It's the one where it's like I think it's the golden retriever, and he's like a sheriff or something. Like no, he's an actual sheriff, but like he's like the. Because I only know about because it's like I think one of the Dalmatian pups looks up to him, or something.
I have no clue.
And that's its own. I think that's its own movie, but it's like that character is something. I don't know what movie that is though.
You know what we need a live action of? Wait, they should combine
It might
Blue's
that might
Clues,
also be
Yo,
All Dogs Go to
Blue's
Heaven.
Clues universe. Yo,
Blue's Clues, and
Barney.
What's that one? Ew, absolutely not.
Yeah, you
Blue's-
put that big purple dinosaur with a blue dog. Like
No,
that would definitely work.
no.
I don't-
They
I
need
don't
Blue's Clues and what's the dogs? The rescue dogs?
Pound
Oh,
puppies or
Nick-
whatever. Or,
No.
What's it
It's-
called? Are you talking
What?
about the ones with like one's a cop and one's a firefighter?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, they got rid
Oh,
of the
you're
cop
talking about
one.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Yes, Paw
I thought it
Patrol.
was Pound Puppies. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Dude, I only knew that because I worked at a Halloween store.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we need Blue's Clues and Paw
Also,
Patrol.
Ben, you're right that it is that. It's a Don Bluth movie. It's not Disney. But well, this is a canon.
Oh yeah, I knew those weren't Disney, but they're both from Nickelodeon, so
That's fair.
I thought that would have been funny. Like, imagine that. Imagine if they did like a live action Blue's Clues. Like, what kind of dog do you think they would use?
They can't do that. They wouldn't be able to do that. It doesn't make any sense for the universe that Blue's Clues is in.
Huh?
It wouldn't make any sense. Like, cause think about it. Blue's Clues is already technically somewhat live action. The character,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So then,
Steve.
what if you did a reverse? Like, all the humans are cartoon and everything else is real.
That'd be so weird.
That's what I'm saying.
That's weird.
Like, it just
They should do
doesn't.
that.
They should do it. It would be a cool acid trip. Like,
Yes.
Okay,
it
but the
would.
5-year-olds don't need an acid trip, okay?
Everybody needs to experience the acid trip. one
No,
day.
not that young.
Burnt.
Stop.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's all right. It's all
Bruh.
right.
All right. Every bit of it. It's perfect.
It's perfect. Nah, but I don't know. There's that. Wait, what if they rebooted like Clifford? Didn't they try to reboot Clifford with like a live action one?
Yes. How are they gonna make that dog that big?
No, how did they?
CGI.
Yeah.
Did he die?
No, it's CGI. Did he die?
Oh yeah.
Bruh. You really
I
think they're
forgot.
gonna paint a dog red?
Yes.
No!
I mean,
Because
they
when
do
you
have.
when you saturate the dyes of a like if you saturate the fur with dyes like that, it can actually be really toxic for animals, so don't fucking do that.
They have animal safe dye.
Yeah, no, but if you are to constantly do it,
Oh yeah,
it's something
You're
that
only
is
getting like
that is
one or two
safe
shots
for
of
like a Halloween trick. Then you wash it out that day versus like if you're constantly doing it to an actual animal, it's actually really bad for them.
I'm pretty sure
So-
they wouldn't do that. I mean, they have many safeguards on set, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't do something like that.
But regardless, it's a giant dog. They're gonna film a dog and just CGI it so it's bigger
Yeah.
and red.
Yeah.
Color correction.
Yeah.
So
No,
much easier.
what would be funny would be if they decided. Well, you know how like you can play like camera tricks, and so
Yeah.
if somebody's closer to the camera, they look bigger, and if somebody's far
Oh
away,
wait, no, the Clifford the dog movie. It's coming out this year.
Cap, really? No. I've not heard crap about this.
I just googled it and it says 2021. It says comedy. It's gonna be a comedy.
what's gonna be funny about that? Is Clifford gonna be stepping on people?
No, like okay, no, literally, there's a movie
oh my
teaser
God,
trailer.
That's creepy. The
It's
Clifford
literally
dog?
just, it's literally just a golden retriever that they color corrected red and made it big. This is
I told you.
There's no freaking... Oh my God, that's like really creepy.
Where'd y'all send it? Where is it?
Okay,
Oh, I'll send it.
Here's one thing about like some of these like live action like animated stuff, like, and it's the same thing with like Sonic. I
I
think
love
it's...
Sonic.
I think it was no. Well, they the first time they made the Sonic character, it looked really odd. The second time
Yes,
they made
it
it
did.
made sense. It's because they based it off of that cartoon version. They're not really
Right.
doing that here with Clifford. They're just making a big version of a golden retriever when they could have done like a cartoon
Fair,
version.
that's what Clifford is. It's literally a giant red dog with floppy ears.
I know,
There-
but
He's a golden retriever.
I know, but you could have made it more like. Now this is a creepy look of it. Hold on, let me.
Well, because the only thing is, like, I think the only difference is Clifford had big eyes, but once you add big eyes on a hyper-realistic model, it looks very messed up.
Like, I know this is creepy. This look was creepy because it's photoshopped. But like, look at the one I sent to the VC chat.
Yo, I think I'm
Something
having
like
a heart
that.
attack.
What?
I said exactly what I meant.
What? Hold on.
I don't know what to do about that, so I'm gonna just chill. If you hear me croak, rip.
Okay, yeah,
I
no,
don't-
that would be horrifying.
What the world? What is that?
It's
That
Clifford.
Clifford is terrifying.
No, honestly, I would take the hyper-realistic one over that, because that looks...
Me too.
Okay, look. The reason it looks weird is
No,
because
no,
the
no,
eyes are so
nightmare fuel.
freaking big.
No, it's because... Well,
No,
that
like
and...
give it natural. Like I think it's because like they
But
didn't
the whole
Photoshop it
point,
right.
eyes wouldn't be that big, and when you give it that kind of eyes, it makes it look plastic. And the whole point is, it's literally the whole point of Clifford is that he's an actual dog. Sonic, they played it like, yeah, he's its own thing, so that's why he looks weird, because he's his own thing.
It's his own thing.
Like, I think literally the origin story of Clifford is a radioactive dog. So like he's supposed to
Wait,
just
is
be a
that
dog that
seriously
just
what
got
it
bit.
is? I thought it was just he had a different growth spurt or something than every
He
other
did.
dog.
I don't think. He's
I don't
not
think it was radioactive.
Oh no, right, no. Clifford, it was his owner loved him so much he grew so big or something.
Is that
really
what that was?
Yeah.
I think
That's
it
really stupid.
No, I dead ass. There is one that it's literally like. No,
That is exactly. That's exactly what it is. I love Maui, but look how small he is.
Ben, don't call me out.
Hi,
We're our
Maui.
kids, and it's evident. I'm sorry. I will rant about bad CGI for hours. Yeah. What? Let me just Google Clifford origins. I'm pretty sure it's the one that like his owner loved him so much that he just kept growing. Or it's like really.
I think it's time for a commercial break.
We trying to do a commercial break. We're gonna have to end it in a little bit. So
True. Unless we're do we want to do a commercial break?
Yeah, let's do a commercial break. Dr. Thug, we haven't heard from Dr. Thug and Danger Noodle in about a week or two, so.
All right. Give me them words. You already know what time it is.
Tori, you got this.
What do I have? I'm looking up Clifford's origin story. All right, I'm multitasking.
2 words for the
red dog. Red and dog.
Hello?
Those are your words.
Red dog.
There you go.
Hello? Y'all are breaking up so bad.
Oh,
Red dog.
Well, no, their
What?
connection's breaking.
The what?
Mia doesn't have connection.
Spazzing.
Oh.
Mia
Okay,
literally keeps saying that Mia can't hear us. It's their connection.
Red
I can hear you now.
dog.
Okay.
Red dog.
The words I said were red dog because I'm reading about Clifford.
Okay, perfect. All right. And now a commercial brought to you by dun, 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 Dr. Thug and Danger Noodle. Have you ever loved somebody so much, that they grew to 300 pounds? That's a ton. That's a ton of love. Well, if you love us that much, like how Emily loved her big, red, scary dog that could step on people and shed the blood of her enemies,
oh my
which is
God.
why he was red, then you will love the Couch Corp just as much. Notice how I said you will, not you want to. This is mind control. You're being forced. Anyways, make sure you join our Patreon where you get special perks. Matter of fact, you must join our Patreon to get special perks. Or the dog, the big red dog, will haunt you in your nightmares forever. This is the end of the commercial by Dr. Thug and Danger Noodle. Yes.
See, I'm equally as terrified because now you put into my head why Clifford actually grew and turned red. He's red because he doesn't want to show the blood of his enemies on his skin. Now
I had to
I'm
get the
terrified.
research though, if you want to know.
Oh yeah. Bring it up. Let's hear about Clifford's backstory.
Okay, so there is. Okay, so from straight the facts, there is nothing. Like from the actual creators and stuff, there's nothing, and the only thing they talk about is the fact that he's inspired from his wife's imaginary friend from when she was growing up, because I guess it was like a red bloodhound. So apparently it's actually supposed to be a bloodhound. Important to note, which isn't correct in literally any of the drawings or anything, but it's probably because golden retrievers look friendlier and such, but whatever. And I guess his name was originally going to be Tiny, but the creator changed it because his wife said it was too boring. So I guess after the name change, they just said, screw it, giant dog. Or like maybe her imaginary friend was a giant dog, and it literally just came straight from that. But then the whole story comes out from something called First for Women claimed that Clifford was born a normal size. The reason why Clifford grew so big was because Emily loved him so much. But the actual reason is just because the creator was going to call him Tiny, and then they said no. So the actual reason is literally non-existent, but I guess somewhere the concept of Emily loved him so much he just grew.
Clifford,
Right.
Clifford is Deadpool.
I'm screaming,
How?
please.
Yo, what if Clifford could break the fourth wall?
How so?
I mean, think about it. He's red. Not only that, he's big. There's no other dog on Earth that's red and big. This dude is just Deadpool.
Emily, I'm not Emily. I was reading chat. Mia, you're cutting out again.
Oh man, dang it.
Darn it.
That's really funny. Ow! Hi, Maui.
No, I agree, Burnt. I like the idea of I guess, the lore of the fact that it's just the concept of someone loving a dog so much the dog just like grew to literally 25 feet
Wait, Emily.
tall.
Emily is just.
Emily's the
just.
owner.
No. I'm saying Emily is just radioactive. She's nuclear. She
Gotta be.
She's patient zero.
Yeah. The more, so her thing, she has superpowers. So the more serotonin she produces, the more radioactive, like beams, vibes come out. Of her.
What?
And the more that dog
But
grows.
you're saying the more serotonin she produces, so when she's happy, she just touches something and it just mutates? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
It's only Clifford.
But it's only Clifford because Clifford is the only one that can receive that quote-unquote love, which is actually radioactive beams.
Yes. That's the correct answer. That is exactly what happened.
That's not how mutated cells work.
In this universe, it happens. Somehow, scientists can't understand it. We don't understand it.
Make sense.
Hey, it makes sense in this universe. Emily and Clifford have figured it out. Just saying.
Right. They got the secret weapon. We just need to catch on.
Yeah, that's another thing. How come the government hasn't gotten involved with Clifford yet?
Because it's a children's book, and I don't think they want kids to be scarred with the fact that if there's something abnormal that, that everyone, would be, trying to probably gun this thing down because it's...
Hey, that's real life.
Be deemed as a free
right,
thriller, and people are scared of things that they don't understand.
Imagine if you seen Clifford walking down the street. Clifford would be classified as an SCP.
He would be locked up immediately.
Literally, he'd be safe.
Animal control would be called. There'd be helicopters flying in.
Right, they'd be like, Emily, please release the dog. And just imagine Clifford and Emily busting out the house, and she's like, on, Clifford, on.
Go! They're onto us.
And then Clifford,
now that's what I want to watch.
That's exactly what
now that's a reboot I want to watch. It's just Emily and Clifford running from the law.
That's a good book. That's a good thing for a book.
Yeah, they should put that on.
Oh, there they go.
Again. There goes again.
With the thrillers and the killers.
Mia.
Mia, no! She turned into a transformer.
Beep boop.
Oh.
Beep boop boop. Beep boop boop.
Not beep boop.
Are you a Decepticon or a Autobot?
I'm definitely an Autobot.
Okay, that's good.
I just want to say Autobots roll out. Autobots roll out.
Oh yeah, they rebooted the Transformers. They made a reboot of the reboot Transformers movie. Yeah, the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah. I like that movie.
Yeah,
I forgot it existed.
It's a pretty
I stopped watching Transformers after the
first one for me.
It was the second or third one.
I actually no, I should say the second one.
When they started changing actors up, I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, they was doing a lot of switcheroo.
The last one I saw was when they changed the main actor.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was like, I was done by the second movie because
the whole story followed his character. Then they just got rid of him. Or I think it was Shia LaBeouf I think actually what happened was Shia LaBeouf was like, I'm not doing these movies anymore. And Transformers but we want to make more. So they just kept making more. And then they made Optimus a villain. I don't know what happened. I haven't even seen them. I just heard it was just a train wreck.
Yeah.
No, it was. It truly was.
I stopped watching and was just like,
Because I knew where it was going. Dinosaur robots, which don't even make sense because the robots are aliens. Why would they even know about our?
Bruh, that junk was kind of
awesome.
It was, honestly.
No, but that was the whole thing. They did it because it looked cool, but
yeah, the storyline behind it was kind of
rationality. Stupid. It makes no sense.
That makes complete sense.
No, it doesn't. Will.
Yes.
It was cool.
You're talking to the person that was studying story development. It doesn't make sense.
That makes
They had a a snake robot. It was
Yo,
cool.
that's awesome.
No, yeah,
Let me see if I can-
that was in the second one. No, that was in the second one. It was no, it wasn't a snake, but it was a burrower.
No, that was in the first one because they were in the desert.
Was that the first one?
Yeah.
No, they had no, because it came.
The second
something
one
like that
was
came
when they were in Egypt.
Yeah, no. They were in the desert in like 3 different movies or some shit. Because I remember seeing
They're always
some
in the
from-
fucking desert.
Yeah, in the first one they were in the desert because they were in
the desert.
Yeah, they're just in the desert. No, it was these like these soldiers that were in the desert and they were doing some recon mission or something, and then this burrower starts flying through the desert sand and like started killing all the soldiers and
Oh
shit.
no, that one was epic.
That one was like insane. I was like, what?
No, it's based off of I'm pretty sure there's
It's
like
a scorpion, I think.
No, it's not. It's literally there's a it's a myth from a culture. I just don't know the name of the creature or the culture, so it doesn't help. But it's like because it's a creature that's depicted in like literally so many shows because like a lot of shows take inspiration from this thing. And it's like basically a giant sand snake or a sandworm that burrows and just wreaks havoc, and they're all like huge. It's like I forget what they're called, but it's definitely based off of like a mythical, like a creature from somewhere. I just can't think of the name of it.
Yeah. Well, you guys want to call it? We are almost 2 hours into this thing, so you want to go ahead and into here?
Whatever works.
Sweet. I know Gabe isn't here. I'm not gonna desecrate his saying, so I'm not even gonna try because I know I'll get it wrong. So
I don't have the script memorized.
I don't either, and I don't want it. That's his thing. I'm not gonna take it from him.
I thought he had it memorized, and my hopes were crushed the one time we were filming a mini episode, and he goes, "Wait, I have to grab the script," and you hear him grabbing a piece of paper, and it was like a children being told like something isn't real.
No, he's gonna.
And
It's like Santa.
I
It's
just
finding out
remember
Santa
like I
isn't
was
real
like,
or something.
it's like basically like someone like telling like a child like, you know, the tooth fairy isn't the person putting money under your pillow. Like, you know, it's like
finding out the IRS is a real thing.
Alright, well maybe not that. But it just like it crushed me for it didn't act, but like it was. I was shocked. I was like, damn, I thought he had that because like he said it in a way every time that I was like, oh, he has that memorized. Then he's like, oh wait, I have to grab the script, and I'm like,
give it like a year. Give it a year, and he'll have that thing memorized from head to toe. Like he won't even.
Oh no, absolutely. It was just funny because he always like. I think it was because like every single time he just like because it was always like, hey, you ready for the outro? And he just said it immediately. That it always gave the impression like, oh, he just had it memorized, like boom, bam.
Yeah.
But I guess he was always just prepared every single time.
Every damn time.
So like it was such like a flawless thing that I never picked up on the fact that he would just grab a script he had pre-written every single time.
Yeah.
I just like my brain was like, oh, he must have just bam, right out of the brain.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Okay. Okay. Go follow us on our Discord. We do all this community stuff on Discord. We'll be doing like hangouts and things like that. We always talk to everybody on the Discord. If you guys want to chat, we'll always be there. So do go join our Discord.
We don't have lives.
Wait, what?
I said we don't have lives. We just sit in our Discord.
Yes, we just sit in the Discord. We do nothing. We just sit there.
We do nothing.
You hear us breathe for 5 hours straight.
No, that would be terrible if we were just constantly in a public VC. Just, I'm not actually gonna do it because I know a lot of people actually hate it when people do that. But like,
I'll do it.
No. God.
No, but
not the poor viewers.
But we'll be in
it's
our.
the best way to reach out to us and contact
Yeah.
us. You know, we also have different suggestion boxes and such down there. So if you ever want to leave a comment to us, That's the easiest way for us to see it and read it and obviously respond back to you guys.
Yes, let us know what's up. Let us know what we can do. Let us know what would be awesome for any podcast. You know, we're down for anything. So
yeah, if you guys want to talk, if you guys want us to talk about something, just drop it on there. There's a channel for it. Just be like, hey, I want you guys to talk about this topic.
Yeah.
And as long as it doesn't get us like
banned
off the website, we'll probably do it. As long as it's not something that we can get banned for.
As long as we don't get the ban hammer.
Yeah. As long as we can avoid the ban hammer or any sort of like
copyright.
Copyright claim preferably, or
yeah.
The good old like the IRS, FBI knocking on our door, being like, "Open up!" and it's like, you know. You know.
Go follow us on any social media. If it has the Couch Corp name, it's probably us. I need that on a T-shirt. We're gonna get that soon, but. Do go follow us.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, we said that weeks ago. We're getting it. We're getting it planned out. But go follow us on any of these social media places. We always try to keep it updated. We're gonna start using our Twitter more, and we'll announce anytime we ever go live on our Twitter and on our Instagram. So go follow us there. And also, for the love of God, please go join our Patreon. It does help us out a lot. We do love our Patreons. If you go join our Patreon, you will be announced every episode. Your name will be shown on every episode. If you get our top tier, you not only get the Discord perks, you not only get like to listen in on our mini episodes, you also get a free drawing every month, whatever you want, in the drawing within reason, in our art style.
Within reason.
Yes.
I will not draw specific things.
Yes. Do understand that. That's Twitter.
I love you all, but if you ask me to draw some things that I don't want to draw, I'm just gonna be like, all right, pick again. Something else.
Yes, we stand B, Bert. B is one of our patrons, our long-standing patrons. We love B. B is awesome.
Do we have an end card made?
Yeah, I do. I always do, and that's the thing. We don't wait for the end of the episode to do our Patreons. We always put that at the beginning of the episode. So,
yeah, you put them on YouTube, I believe.
Yes, they're all on YouTube.
The end cards are on YouTube.
Yeah, so we might just do that for Twitch.
I would say we should probably honestly add the Patreon end card on here as well, because most people I think watch them on here and not YouTube.
Yeah. And if you I guess if that's the case, we'll figure it out. We'll get it on here.
That's something that we will have to discuss more off stream.
Yeah. So, but do go join our Patreon. It really does help us out. It keeps the lights on. Figuratively, it helps us keep running this.
Guilt tripping aside,
we're not guilt tripping.
Yes, you are.
Go join the Patreon. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You literally telling them that it keeps the lights on, and it's the only thing keeping us from alive. It's guilt tripping. Well,
no,
right.
It just helps.
All
us
jokes
out.
aside, if you genuinely really want to
support
go
us.
for it.
Yes,
but
please do.
It is in no way like we're gonna die without it. Like, it's genuinely only if we do have additional perks. If you like our content and want those additional perks, go for it. But in no way is it mandatory. Like,
do go join our Patreon if you can. I'll just put it that way. I'll put it that way. If you can, go join our Patreon. It really does help us out. Okay, thank you for joining the Couch Corp podcast. Be there next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as Gabe would say, if you live anywhere else around the globe and you need to figure out what time it is, go look that shit up.
His phrase.
Go look that shit up. Other than that, this is the end of the episode. Thank you guys for coming. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Stay safe.